5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, Zoinkers! It's Curtis Tucker here with another episode of the Zoinkers podcast. I appreciate you guys checking in. If you guys are listening to this podcast audio only on your favorite podcasting app, it's going to be another one of those podcasts where I'm going to want you to watch the video. So I will embed the video from YouTube. So the video will be uploaded to youtube.com/Curtis Tucker. And then I will embed this video at curtistucker.com, my website, and I will have a blog post. So anyway, if you're only listening, go ahead and listen if you're in the car or something. But at some point, I'd love for you guys to go watch the video and check out, because I am going to have another unboxing, kinda. It's not exactly a box, but it's a reveal. So I'm going to reveal to you. So this is going to be a great podcast just because of all of the synchronicities and winks from the universe and coincidences and meant to be's and all that stuff. So I'm going to get into it. If you have not listened to the last Zoinkers podcast episode about me being a what was that called? Gear. Let me look that up real quick. Sorry. The last podcast is titled I may have gear acquisition syndrome. And basically, so the last episode, I unboxed my Fender Telecaster. And so that's what that episode was all about. It was talking about me buying guitars and having too many guitars and wanting to stop buying guitars. And maybe I had this gear acquisition syndrome and we all collect things that we don't need. And so that's what that episode was about. And so here's where everything starts to get really wacky. So when I was doing that episode, which it was, I believe I uploaded a picture, or I uploaded the episode 6 days ago. So just 5 days ago, 5 days ago I uploaded everything, which 5 days ago yesterday. Anyway, so when I did that episode last week, I didn't want to divulge to everybody that I had bought a Fender Telecaster. It was that was the unboxing and kind of the surprise and the reveal. So I didn't want to put a picture of the Telecaster on my blog, because then everybody would have known what I bought and it wouldn't have been as fun to watch the unboxing. So I got to thinking, I decided, well, during the episode, I'm going to talk about all the guitars that I've had throughout my life. And I remembered that my first guitar, which was a Kalamazoo, which I talked about on the last episode, it was a red Kalamazoo, and I had a picture of me holding it Christmas Day after my mom had bought it for me. And so I thought, because I'm talking about it and I'm talking about guitars, I'm going to use that picture on the blog post. And then in the video of the podcast episode, I will unveil my Fender Telecaster. And then I also showed my Fender Stratocaster and my Epiphone Les Paul and my Takamine acoustic. So it was all about guitars. So after I uploaded the episode and had it everywhere, I thought it might be kind of fun to take that picture. Well, no, so after I did that, it kind of dawned on me. So you can't really see it right here, but behind me is a blue Grintech Coyote 2 skateboard. So I got to thinking, over the years, I have found the exact skateboard that I had when I was a kid in the 70s through Facebook. I talked about this on an earlier podcast episode. I found my banana seat bike on Facebook. I'd never seen it. I'd never seen a picture of it. I didn't know exactly what it was called. And scrolling through Facebook one day, it popped up on Facebook. And I thought, wow, that's my banana seat bike. And I looked at it, and it was on Facebook Marketplace. And a guy 2 blocks from my house had it. And I knew him, and I messaged him, and I went over and bought it. And so now I have my banana seat bike. So anyway, all of that led me to thinking, wow, I've never really thought to look for my old Kalamazoo, because I kind of thought it was like a cheapy, which, it was a lower end guitar, but I kind of always thought that it was kind of a cheapie. I bet my mom probably paid $100 for the guitar and the amplifier, maybe. So I never thought that much about it. But then I thought, I'm starting to collect all the 70s stuff because I love the 70s. And this is one of those fun Zoinkers episodes where I'm, going to surprise you guys with something that I found. And, it's everything on the show's groovy and discovery and adventure and all, and winks from the universe and all that cool fun stuff. And so I thought, well, what if I get online? I'm going to get online and look and see if I can find any of and I didn't really even know what it was called. I just knew it was a Kalamazoo. It was a red Kalamazoo. So I got online and I started searching Google and researching, and I found out through some research that it was they were made from about, I think, 1965 to 1969. They're made by Gibson in the new Gibson factory. And so, Kalamazoo, Michigan, they, instead of calling them, because they were a cheaper model, they didn't want to brand them with Gibson, so they branded them with Kalamazoo. But the Melody Maker pickups in it are supposed to be really great. And, overall, they said it was better than a Fender Mustang at the time. So the more I started researching, the more I was finding out that it's kind of a cool guitar. And it's called a Kalamazoo KG2 because they came out with a model with one pickup, which was the KG1, and then they came out with a two pickup, which was the KG2, and that model of guitar, which looks like a Fender Mustang, came in, I can't remember the color of red, fire something red. It came in a blue and a white. And so looking online, there actually were a few of those guitars, like on eBay and some of these guitar stores. And I found two, and I think I talked about this on the last episode a little bit. So I found two that seemed like they were in great shape. I mean, nothing wrong with them, everything there, all that. And one of them I think was $1,600 and one of them was like $2,200. Now, they hadn't sold, but that's what people were asking for them. And then I found a couple kind of right in the $500, $600, $700 range. The ones that were $500 and were red had 3 holes in the body of the guitar where they had why can't I remember what you call that? The handle, the wah handle. What I can't, somebody scream at your device and tell me the name of that darn thing. Anyway, somebody had taken that off of the guitar, which left 3 screw holes. And so the guitar looked like the KG2. So some of the KG2 models had the distortion handlebar wangy thingamajigger, and some of them didn't. And I had one that did not. And there was people that for some reason had taken them off. So the cheapest models were listed at $500 with the 3 holes in them. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to buy a 1960s Kalamazoo for $500 with 3 holes in it. Or yeah, I think they were $500 with 3 holes in it, and then there was like $85 to $100 shipping on that. And I don't know if all of them had the cases. They didn't really say that they came with the original case. So anyway, so I kind of blew it off. I thought it was kind of fun that I had found them. There weren't that many of them actually, and come to find out, they're getting rarer and rarer and rarer as time goes on, and they're harder to find. And so I had emailed Staten and showed him that I'd found some online, and they were kind of expensive, and he was like, cool, and I was like, yeah, cool. So then I kind of forgot about it. And so then the week starts going on, and my last week's episode is out there, and I've posted the picture of me holding the Kalamazoo on my personal Facebook page. I think that's what I was getting to that point. So for fun, I decided, well, I'm going to post this picture on my personal Facebook page just to show, what I look like I think it was either Christmas of 76 or 77. And I had hair and, it was in the 70s. And so here I am holding the guitar. So I posted that picture and I said, look, I found versions of my old guitar online, and they're running, my mom probably paid $100 and now they're running $1,600 to $2,200, in good shape on the internet just for fun, just posted it for fun. And so I'm going to add a whole bunch of funky little things into this. And so the weekend comes up and, all my family leaves and I'm here all by myself. And so I go to this food truck festival. I'm just adding this as, I don't know, it's just kind of fun. So I go to this food truck festival on Saturday that they have here in Enid. And when I come out of it, there's a little flyer on my Jeep that somebody has stuck under my windshield. Well, as I'm driving, I can kind of see it flapping, and it is from Finger Pickin' Good, a guitar store here in Enid that, I go buy some guitar stuff every now and then, but they also sell vinyl records. And so that's where I buy a lot of my used vinyl is from that place. And so I thought, I haven't been there in a while. I probably need to go by there and buy, a vinyl record or something, and didn't really think about it. But so I drove home. I forgot to take the flyer off of my windshield wiper. So then I think Piper came home later that day and we went out to eat and it was flapping, and she said, "What's that?" And I said, "It's, a flyer for Finger Pickin' Good." Well, the thing about Finger Pickin' Good is it's owned by a guy named Billy Beck that actually used to come to, so in my first marriage, I had a stepson who was the same age as the owner of Finger Pickin' Good. And so he used to come over and spend the night sometimes and was on the same baseball team as my stepson. So that was kind of cool. So I knew him. I know him really well. And then he became a guitar player and plays in a lot of bands, and then opened the guitar store. So, I like to go there and support him and all that stuff. So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting that he had put that flyer on my Jeep only a few days after I had been talking about guitars. And so then Monday comes, and then Tuesday of this week, yesterday, I went somewhere. I went to lunch, and either in the parking lot of the restaurant, McAllister's, or somewhere, the post office. No, I think it might have been McAllister's. Anyway, I get out of my Jeep, and there's 2 pennies laying in the parking lot, right near each other. So 2 pennies on a Tuesday. And if you guys know me, that means a lot of good luck. And so I picked them up and I thought, wow, 2 pennies, they were heads up. I've never been one to, if a penny is tails up, I still pick it up. But both of them were heads up. And so I thought, okay, something good, something cool, something lucky, some wink from the universe. It's going to be a good day. And it was a good day anyway, just because it was warm, the sun was shining and all that. So I go in and I eat. And so then I drive from McAllister's to the post office. And on my way to the post office, I get a text from Joe McCune, who is a guy that I graduated high school with that now lives in Enid. And so, so I think right now I'm going to pause and I'm going to do my reveal and then explain and talk about the rest of the story. So see if I can hold on to this. I'm going to point my camera over this way, and I have to probably get into make Mr. Saucy Pants move. So anyway, so if you're listening to this, I apologize that you're not getting to see this, but go check out the video. So, okay, so I'm in Shaggy Duck Studio right now. And here it is time for the fun reveal. And so check this out. What I am doing, if you're just listening, is I am holding it's kind of a flimsy, skinny, hard shell guitar case, and it's black. And I am going to open it up while I'm holding my microphone. And Mr. Saucy Pants is down there looking at me. You guys can't see him, but are you ready? Voila. I am pulling out in Shaggy Duck Studio right now a 60s red KG2 Kalamazoo electric guitar. So let me show you guys. I'll get it for you guys watching. Get it up to the camera. Look how good. I mean, it is in like almost perfect shape. And it is the Kalamazoo. And literally, it looks, I mean, the case looks exactly like my case. The guitar looks exactly like my guitar. And for some reason, I don't know if it's the wood or the plastic that they used on the pick guard, but it's got a smell. And it smells exactly. I think it's a pick guard. It smells exactly how I remember mine smelling all the way back in the 70s. Now, I do not remember what I did with my Kalamazoo. I know I had taken the pick guard off, and I think I had wrapped the picks in black electrician's tape to make them black. And I for some reason, I think I probably sold it at a garage sale at one time. So, okay, now I'm going to go back over to my chair and hang on one sec while I get back over here. So anyway, how cool is that less than a week later, I now have a Kalamazoo KG2 right here in Shaggy Duck Studio. So how in the world did I get a Kalamazoo? Okay, so here's the rest of the story. This is so cool. I'm going to wink. This is winks from the universe, man. The universe loves me. You guys gotta believe in it. Believe in the universe. Believe in manifesting. Believe in positive thinking. Okay, so I go to the post office yesterday, and I get that text from Joe McCune, and it says, "Hey, I think I found your guitar." And I'm assuming that he had seen the picture of me holding the Kalamazoo on Facebook. And I'm assuming that he got on Google and did a search like I did and found a whole bunch of Kalamazoos for sale like I did. And he was just, texting me to say that, hey, there's some Kalamazoos out there. So I kind of didn't really pay attention to the message. I went ahead and I went in to the post office. Came back out to my Jeep, and I decided I'd only read, when you get a message, sometimes it only shows you part of the message. And so I clicked on it to read the full message, and it included a link. And so again, I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to click on a link, and it's going to take me to the internet, and I'm going to see all the guitars that I already saw that I don't want to pay a whole bunch of money for. And so I clicked on the link. Well, guess what? It went not to the internet or to one of those online guitar stores or eBay. It went to Facebook Marketplace, the exact place where I found my banana seat bike. So I'm thinking, wow, well, that's pretty cool. So I start looking at it, and I click on it, and it says $600. And I'm thinking, oh, wow, that's respectable. And I don't see the 3 holes in it. It looks like a pristine Kalamazoo without the 3 screw holes in it. So I thought, wow, I wonder where it's at. So I click on it. It's in Enid, Oklahoma, people. The guitar is in Enid, freaking Oklahoma. And that's why Joe thought it might be mine. So it didn't say it had a guy's name listed on it, but somehow Joe must have contacted him, and he said it's at, are you guys going to say it with me? Where was the guitar? At Finger Pickin' Good. I mean, can this get any better? Can this story get any better? So I'm downtown. Finger Pickin' Good is downtown. So I drive the 3 blocks over to Finger Pickin' Good, and I go inside, and Billy Beck is there. And I say, Billy, I said, do you happen to have a red Kalamazoo? He said, yeah. So he pulls it down, and I touch it. And I mean, it is it. It is the guitar I had. The memories, the exact model, everything. I don't think it could be mine because again, I think unless somebody like, I don't know, somebody would have had to take the electrician's tape off the pickups, covers. If I hadn't, which I might have, I don't know. I can't remember what mine looked like when I sold it. I can't remember if I'd put it all back together, which you assumed I probably did to sell it. I don't know who I sold it to. I don't know. Anyway, there it was. And so that's why Joe thought it. So when he said, I found your guitar, he actually meant I may have found your exact guitar. Here, it's an Enid. I mean, Enid. The guitar's an Enid. A week. It was 5 days since the day I posted the picture of me holding it from the 70s on Facebook. And now Facebook found the guitar, told Joe, and Joe told me. you guys, this is like true. This is like a true story. Okay, so then I'm talking and we're talking and there's another guy that works there that's in the store and we're all talking and I'm like, man, I don't think it could be mine, but it could be mine. And then all of a sudden it dawns on me and I said, did it come with a case? And Billy says, yeah. I said, oh, cool. Go get the case. So he goes and he gets the case. And as he's pulling the case out of this top shelf, I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks exactly like my case. And there's this little white rubbed out area on the bottom where one of the guitar strap little button holder things sticks out of the back of the guitar. And because of that, it kind of pokes into the back of the guitar case and causes the black to rub off and there to be a white spot. But mine had that exact spot. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh. I said, Billy, I remember because my mom went through this shag carpet square phase where she glued carpet squares together and put them on our floor. I said, I took some of those carpet squares and I covered the inside of that guitar case so it would be really cushiony for my guitar. I said, if that's got shag carpet in it, this is my guitar. So he lays the guitar case down. We all three gather around it. It's got three little click things on it that keep it closed. We undo those. He lifts the top up. We all three stick our head in. No carpet. So I'm pretty sure it's not mine. I don't know if I glued the carpet in mine. If I didn't, somebody could have pulled it. I mean, there's like I would say, chance that it's my guitar. I don't think it is, but I mean, anyway, so he says there's no price on it. There's no price tag on it. And so he says, how much was it? And I said, well, on Facebook Marketplace, it was $595, basically $600. I said $600. And he said, oh, so I'm kind of sitting there tinkering with it. And he goes, I tell you what, he said, I'll sell it to you cash only right now for $550. And I'm like, oh man, and I just said last week, I don't need any more guitars. And so I'm like, yeah, man. But had it had like scratches all over it and chips out of it and the neck was warped or, had there been a bunch of stuff wrong with it, I easily would have walked out. But this thing is pristine. There are just a couple of minor spots. But after all of these decades, for it to only have that wear, I was like, and then I started thinking, look, what are the odds? What are the odds that I start looking for one of these and I post the picture and now here it is in Enid, Oklahoma, and there's not going to be $85 to $100 shipping on it. And it doesn't have the screw holes in it. And I'm like, somebody somewhere is telling me I've got to buy this guitar. And so, but I was kind of, him-hawing around and he said, $550 cash and I'll give you $40 vinyl credit. So that pretty much got it down to the $500 mark. And there's no shipping, there's no tax. That was without tax. So I said, Billy, I said, I'm going to buy it. So I went to the bank, got some cash, came back, bought the guitar, brought it home. So there it sits. Probably not going to be a guitar that I like play a lot, but I 100% believe that if I ever sell it, I don't know that I would ever sell it, but if you're out there looking for a Kalamazoo KG2 or KG whatever, if you're out there looking for an old 60s model guitar, electric guitar, make me an offer. But I know I'm making money on the guitar if and when I ever sell it. So I didn't see any problem there. But so another cool piece to add to my 70s collection. And what's really cool about it is, and I know this may cause you guys to ask me, how's the book coming? But once the book is done and the movie is starting to be made, these things that I'm gathering here, my banana seat bike, my blue skateboard, original Frisbee still in the wrapper, this Kalamazoo guitar, all those are going to be in the movie. So I don't have to go looking for props. The kid in the movie that's me is going to already have everything he had in the 70s. So anyway, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, winks from the universe and synchronicity and all that, I do have an episode where I talk about. So last year in 2024, I kept track of all of the winks from the universe and synchronicities and manifestations that I did all last year. So you can go find that episode. But, I talk about it all the time. I manifest almost every morning and things just happen, things that I manifest. Now, I did not manifest that I wanted to find or buy one of these guitars. I mean, I didn't on purpose, but I did think it would be cool to find one. Oh, and that was another deal is I thought, I'm not going to spend $1,600 to $2,000 on one of those guitars, and anybody that has one in good shape is probably going to sell it for a decent price. And again, now I've seen some blue ones, the powder baby blue ones, for in the $800 range online. But I thought, well, if I'm going to buy one, even though I really like the blue, I don't want to buy one that isn't almost an exact copy of the one I own. So I was holding out for the red. But I thought to myself, if I ever go to a vintage antique store or an old guitar store, or I go to a garage sale and I see one and it's reasonably priced, that's when I would buy it. I figured in my mind, that's how I'm probably going to buy one, is I'm just going to run across it by some random luck someday. But it happened sooner than I imagined. So there is my story, my synchronicity, my wink from the universe, my Kalamazoo KG2 electric guitar. And so this episode, this is almost like I may have a gear acquisition syndrome problem part 2. So if you're just listening to this and you have not listened to last week's episode, go back and listen to last week's episode. And you can see me, I'm kind of spoiling the reveal, but you can see me unbox my other guitar. So now I'm sitting here and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guitars. Maybe when I retire here pretty soon, maybe I'll take over Norman's rare guitar spot and I'll just start buying and selling old rare guitars. I don't know, but I'd still like to maybe do something. If I can figure out something to do with this Telecaster, like make some art out of it, then I will start buying up some old guitars and doing art on them. I've just got to figure out what type of art that I could put on these guitars that people would want to buy. So you guys, if you have any ideas, again, somebody email me, Curtis@curtistucker.com or shags@shaggyduck.com. Email me, give me some ideas of things you've run across on guitars or something that you would want to hang on a wall, a cool guitar, a functioning guitar that you would hang on a wall, but what art, what look, what's something on it that you would think would be cool enough to put in your man cave or in a restaurant or your store or whatever. So let me know. I appreciate you guys checking in. Don't forget, subscribe to the podcast on whatever podcasting app you're listening to. And when you go over to YouTube, if you check out the video there, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And again, I will embed kind of a quick text story of this, and I'll embed the podcast audio episode and the YouTube video onto a page at curtistucker.com. And I plan on here pretty quick blogging a lot more on curtistucker.com, and then also updating more episodes on Zoinkers podcast. So anyway, appreciate you guys so much for checking in. Got my Goonies t-shirt on here. So if you guys have any Goonies news, let me know. I keep hearing that there might be a Goonies 2 in the works. Let me know if you guys know any of that. But anyway, thanks for checking in. I appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.